So we're officially done with the lip sync spectacular, and I'm just relieved to be able to sit down for a minute.
So, Hibiscus, how does it feel having sent your biggest competition home? I mean, it's gotta feel good.
My biggest competition? No. Biggest annoyance? Yes. Biggest pain in the ass? Yes. She was a glorified cosplayer, and not a very good one at that. Her drag is evidentiary to that fact.
Ooh, look at Miss Hibiscus coming through with them cold facts.
What can I say about it? I'm here and she's not.
I personally never had any beef with Gentiana or any of the other queens, but I can definitely sense the relief on Hibiscus knowing she doesn't have, like, that to deal with anymore. Even if she doesn't want to outright admit it.
Oh, brother! You can't tell me that now people are starting to feel sorry for the competition getting axed? I guarantee that if the situations were reversed and it was Gentiana and Madison here right now, they'd be talking mad shit about whoever got the chop!
It's funny how Gentiana would always boast about being the dancing queen of Ciudad Enamorada, but she couldn't dance her way out of an elimination.
Hibiscus is relieved Gentiana's gone. Hell, I'm relieved Gentiana's gone. I think a lot of people are relieved. But she's just too focused on trying to take the high road and seem mature. We get it, girl, we get it. We celebrate in our own ways.
I know I was pit against Gentiana in the bottom twice, and my second time against her I actually won, and I did not have to lip sync again. But I just kind of don't really feel appropriate celebrating a queen's elimination. Like, that's the end of the road for them. Their dream is done and over. Like, granted, it's like, yeah, it's a competition, it's one less person to deal with. I mean, what if that was me? I would be devastated. And I would like to think that other people would have some compassion and empathy for that person, even if they are a rival.
Both Madison and Gentiana are gone. It feels like Christmas again, only this time I don't have to pretend to have been listening to my drunk uncle's rants about the cable box scrambler.
The truth is, I do feel good about sending the gremlin home. I feel elated, in fact.
Hello, ladies. My 7 remaining competing queens. Please prepare your golden glamazon looks for an impromptu runway on the main center stage before us judges. We have some big news that needs addressing urgently, and there will be a surprise or 2 or 3. So be there or be square.
I love surprises, especially if they happen to involve money!
A surprise? I love surprises. I hope it's a brand new bike or maybe a cake with a stripper inside of it.
I literally just sent 2 bitches home to secure my place here. So I really hope whatever Morgyn has in store for us isn't yet another lip sync, even though I would win.
Oh good, an impromptu runway with a surprise or 2 or 3. I just love surprises. I've only been on edge since my first bottom placement at Snatch Game, and then having to lip sync twice during the spectacular. I just want to be at the finale and secure my spot and just hopefully win.
A surprise and an impromptu runway. I wonder what Mother Morgyn has planned. She hasn't done us wrong the entire season, and honestly, all the decisions she's made were in good faith and they were reasonable. And I have nothing to be afraid of because I've brought my A game consistently. It's the other girls who should be concerned for their own well-being.
I'm not worried about whatever plot Morgyn has cooked up. I've already shown that unlike some queens, I actually can dance my way out of a predicament.
A surprise? Maybe it's a limited edition 80s Barbie dream car convertible. Oh, please say it's a limited edition 80s Barbie dream car convertible.
Hello and welcome, one and all, to the main stage of Morgyn's Drag Race. Earlier, our queens were tasked with an emergency runway to bring their best golden glamazon looks to the main stage for we judges to appreciate and for a special secret surprise to unfold. Well, Siobhan, are you excited? I know I am. Morgyn, I just love surprises, especially if they involve male strippers with G-strings. But I'm guessing that this isn't that kind of surprise. But I'm still excited, because I know whatever bun you put in the oven is going to come out 100% cooked, as the kids say. Do the kids say that? I'm not sure. Oh, you know me, Siobhan, I don't keep up with current trends, and as far as the kids are concerned, who the hell knows what the hell they're saying? Oh, Jasper Harp, our resident fashion expert. Surely you're curious and excited about what's going on for tonight's little secret surprise,
Morgyn, you know, I hate surprises. Unless they're already on my Amazon wish list, then I'm okay with it.
Well, Siobhan, Jasper, I can tell that you both are very, very eager to proceed with tonight's surprise, so I will not dawdle any further. Without further ado, let's do further and reveal my queens.
I look gorgeous in gold. I am a golden glamazon, and the judges can see that I am so very close to claiming what's rightfully mine.
I feel glamorous. I look like an old school Motown singer. I feel like I am about to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award for soul music. Baby, I am here. I am having an out-of-body experience right now because this really feels like the end game. I don't know why. I just have a hunch. But baby, whether it's the beginning, the end, middle, I am serving cyanide 100%.
I am strutting down that runway, and I look like a movie star. I feel like $1 million. There's no way that tonight's surprise is going to negatively impact me in any way.
I am walking down that runway and I am scared as hell. Why, you might ask? Well, no mini challenge, no maxi challenge for starters, just a random video message telling us to bring our very best looks to the runway out of nowhere, and there's going to be a surprise or two. Yeah, it's starting to look really bad for some of us.
I am gleefully hopping down that runway. Not a care in the world. I guess maybe I should care about some things, but right now I'm elated. I made it through the lip sync spectacular. I made it up to this point. There's absolutely nothing Morgyn and the judges could proclaim tonight that's gonna rock my confidence. Unless it was maybe everyone but Lumina leave. Wouldn't that be wild?
Walking down that stage, I feel like a sultry little present. Gift wrapped for Daddy.
I feel like a winner right now. Even Morgyn hasn't chosen one yet. I look amazing. I feel great. This was an easy as hell assignment to pull off, and I think the judges are going to thank themselves for keeping me around this long.
Hello, ladies. Thank you for heeding the call and bringing your best Golden Glamazon looks to the main center stage tonight for me to judge, which I will deliver to all 7 of you at once right now. Congratulations, you all look amazing. You have all met the criteria of this runway. You should all give yourselves an applause.
Okay, what the actual hell is going on?
I noticed that Morgyn is being kind of cagey, like a little, distant. Something is definitely about to go down. Something big.
Oh, here we go again. She's about to drop the bomb, and I am gonna have to lip sync again.
Come on, Morgyn, say something. Say, haha, April Fool's, just kidding, even though it's the middle of winter and not spring for April, but tell us nothing wrong is around the corner. There's no bad surprises. The surprise is there is no surprise.
Wait, now I'm confused. Morgyn is talking like we're all winners? Don't we still have a bit to go before we reach the end? We can't all be winners. Something is definitely going on.
Okay, I know I look good, but when Morgyn said everyone wins, I did a double take.
Right now, I'm just wondering why everyone is acting so weird and feels so awkward. What's the tea? This can't be the surprise.
Now, ladies, I believe it is time to reveal your first surprise for the evening. Congratulations, ladies. Welcome to the prelude. The prelude of the finale. We are here. There is no other challenge. There is no other weeks of preparation. This is it. The finale.
OMG.
No fair. Had I known it was the finale, I would have worn something pink. It is my signature color after all.
So, this is it. This is the surprise. We're already at the finale? This seems really sus.
This is it. We're at the finale.
What the actual hell?
Oh my god, pinch me, cause I am dreaming. This is insane. This is off the chain. You saying we is at the finale? Shit, bitch, please.
Okay, relax. It's fine. I thought I had more time, but I guess I just played it safe too long and we're at the finale. I shouldn't be talking down on myself so much, but I just feel like I don't feel good about my odds. I don't feel like I've been in the judge's favor as of recent. I feel that's been more like Lumina and Cyanide, and I kind of feel like the odds of me somehow no longer being in the running before the end of the night, I think those odds are really good. I hope I'm wrong. Ladies, moving forward, I must know who amongst you does not deserve to become SimNation's next magical queen. I want an answer, an explanation from each of you. Fully and truthfully from the heart. Starting with Animatronic and ending with Yoshika.
I'd say Yoshika or Kaguya. They peaked early and have been backgrounders ever since.
Somehow I knew that this question was going to be asked, and I'm really, really sorry, Kaguya, but I have to echo animatronic sentiments, just based on track record and based on relevancy. I just don't see the star power now like I did when we first were a group.
Pashmina, because she doesn't have the star power that is required to become the next magical queen.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Lady Kaguya, we need an answer. Is everything alright? I can't say any of these queens' names, but I'm not gonna suggest myself. And we've already come so far and have achieved so much, but it feels like whatever happens, I'm just destined to go home and be a loser. I appreciate your sentiment, Kaguya, but That is what we're trying to determine, who will be going home now and who will be proceeding. And the sooner we get an answer from each of you, the sooner we can proceed to finding our new magical queen. If you want an answer, my answer would be Cyanide, because she was exempt from the lip sync spectacular. Final answer. Thank you, Kaguya. Lumina, you have an answer for us, please.
Oh gosh, I hate to play follow the leader, but I feel like I have to echo the popular sentiment in that Kaguya isn't really radiating star energy. She kinda did peak early on. I was there, I saw it. Sorry.
Thank you, Lumina. Pashmina Pachuca, do you have an answer for us?
Yeah, send home Hibiscus and Yoshka. There's only room for one pretty girl here.
And lastly, but certainly not leastly, Yoshka, do you have an answer prepared for us?
Send home Anna. She's only good at lip syncing, and an actual winner would avoid the bottom at all costs.
Thank you, ladies. You may now all depart to the Delusion Convince Yourselves Lounge for a drink, because we judges have a lot to talk about.
Well, this is it, girlies. How we feeling? Do we feel like it was going to be the finale already? I feel like the wool was pulled over my eyes.
They pulled the carpet from underneath me so fast my head is still spinning. I can feel it.
Gee, Hibiscus, I hope you're not too angry with me for saying your name in front of the judges.
Oh, I'm not. I know you're young and insecure and you needed an outlet to express yourself.
What a bitch.
Well, I have been in a state of constant panic ever since the lip sync spectacular. And after winning my second lip sync and being told I'm clear to move on to the next challenge, I was under the impression that we would have maybe 2, maybe at least 1 more weeks worth of challenge before the finale, and to be told, oh, this is the finale. The lip sync really was to prove who belongs here. There's 7 of us, and I don't think it's going to be 7 of us lip syncing for the crown.
I have zero doubts in myself. Like, I made it this far. I know I'm supposed to be here. Yay, a few of you will probably be let go soon enough, but I feel like I'm meant for the finale.
Girl, your track record is worse than mine so far. I at least have wins that mean something.
Hey, look, some champagne, and let's make a toast to congratulate ourselves for making it this far. Whether I win or lose, I'm grateful to have had this opportunity with you all.
A toast to Trixie Mattel, who hopefully doesn't sue me for copyright infringement.
A toast to excellence.
Black and blue, come on through, honey.
Veloci Pride worldwide. See everyone else at the finale.
Alright, after hearing our queen's thoughts on who should not be Sim Nation's next magical queen, I want to hear the thoughts of the judging panel, my co-judges. Siobhan, what are your thoughts? The question was, who does not deserve to be Sim Nation's next magical queen? And one name stuck out was Lady Kaguya. And it pains me to say that because I saw her come into this competition early on as a front runner, and she just projects star quality. But you have her next to Lumina, who's amazing. You have her next to Animatronic, who's an assassin. You have her next to Cyanide, who I think is head and shoulders above the rest. You have her next to Pashmina Pachuca, and it's like, where does she stand out from the crowd? And it's not really anything that Lady Kaguya has done or hasn't done. It's just kind of like a wrong time, wrong place scenario. I can't think of anything she did wrong to warrant not moving forward. It's just a matter of circumstance. Interesting. Jasper Harp, what are your thoughts? Who do you feel does not deserve to be Sim Nation's next magical queen?
I don't think Yoshka has been generating enough star power to lock her into the finale. She always looks good and has shown that she can dance and lip sync with the best of them. But being a magical queen requires more than that to justify the title.
All right. Then that's it. We are officially moving forward into the finale proper. Are there any closing statements before I summon back my queens? Siobhan, Jasper. All right then. Silence. Summon forth my queens. Ladies, welcome back. We've made some decisions, and I have some announcements to make. Lumina, congratulations, my dear. You are moving forward in the contest. You are locked in to 5th place. Cyanide, you are locked in to 5th place. Animatronic, you are locked in to 5th place. Hibiscus, you are locked in to 5th place. Pejmina Pachuca, you are locked in to 5th place. Unfortunately, that means for 2 of you, Lady Kaguya and Yoshka, your journey will end here. There will be no lip sync. There will be no further circumstance or ceremony. It is what it is, and I'm sorry it has to be this way. But before we proceed, does anyone have any final words? Kaguya, I don't want you to walk away and feel like a loser, because you're not a loser. It's not what you did or what you didn't do. It's just a matter of circumstance. We have such a packed room filled with powerhouses, and it's like almost an impossible decision. And it would be so much easier if it was just like 4 other queens were just Honey Marie Combses. I would instantly, like that, say, Lady Kaguya, you're in the top 5. But it's just some other queens were showing more sparkle and more persona and stood out more. And I think that you do have potential for the future. Thank you. It still hurts, but it hurts less hearing that from you.
Yoshka, you're walking away from here, not a winner. But that doesn't make you a loser. This season could not have possibly been the same without your presence here on the show. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for competing. And I hope you will consider coming back to us.
Of course.
As I have proclaimed earlier, my 2 queens, there will be no ceremony, there will be no lip sync. Unfortunately, your time in this competition has come to an end. Lady Kaguya, Yoshka, with all of that said, I know that the 2 of you will find your place amongst the drag legends. Now, sashay away. Lady Kaguya, wait. I am exercising my power as producer, as host, and head judge of Morgyn's Drag Race to proclaim that I need to see you remain in the competition. I am not ready to see you leave yet. And we're going to have a top 6 finale. Oh my god, are you people trying to give me a heart attack and kill me? Oh my god. Oh my god, I am so happy to remain in the competition still. It's twice. I swear they're screwing with me. Production is absolutely fucking with me at this point. But I'm glad to still be here. It's just so insane. I'm like, I know, I'm told to leave, I felt it coming, and then, wait, don't go. It's so insane. It's surreal.
It sucks to be cut loose without even a trial by fire, but I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. It is what it is, and no amount of crying will change it. I feel bad for the fans. I was built up to be a superstar and unceremoniously dismissed without even a chance to prove myself. But I made it to the finale. Even if I got cut at the beginning of it, it's still the end of the season, so who can say they made it this far? Sayonara softies and 2 saves. Kaguya, you better win, girl.
Now, my top 6 queens. Please return home and rest up. For tomorrow, we sail for the kingdom of the magical queen. Hello, 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 queens! Today marks the first of the end of your journey. One of you will become the next magical queen. But for now, I have a special mini challenge for my top 6. In the grand tradition of Paris' Burning, I am officially opening the library for Season 5, and you will all read one another to filth, starting in alphabetical order with animatronic and ending with Pashmina Pachuca.
Hey, Lumina, why so blue?
It's actually more of a gray or, ashen color, not really blue.
Hey, Pashmina, I know that it's the finale, the end and all, but I'm pretty sure your career in drag ended a long time ago.
Oh, really? I'll have to inform my manager to stop accepting gigs then if my career's been over this entire time.
Hey, Morgyn, I know how I can finally beat Kaguya.
Oh, really? And how's that?
We just need to construct an artificial moon and seal her up inside of it. Maybe then she'll stop coming back.
You watch way too much anime.
But you get it right.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, girl. I get it.
Animatronic. Why so yelly? This is a library. We need to use our indoor voices.
I was an announcer in a past life.
Hibiscus, don't worry too much about standing out at the finale. I'm sure there'll be some nice scenery for you to blend into, honey.
I am out and I am proud.
Lumina, I think it's really cool how you amalgate your Ashlander heritage into your drag. And just like the Ashlanders, you're gonna be eating dust, because I'm gonna win.
Well, Ashlander culture don't really eat dust, but yeah, I see your point. Very clever.
Anna, whenever I feel like swapping out the voice of my Alexa for a nasally irate New Yorker, I'll give you a call.
New York! New York!
And Pashmina, sure you come from Ciudad Enamorada. Sure you made it far, but you didn't win. Tonight is going to be a rerun for you, because you're not going to win again.
Oh, that's clever. Did you have Kaguya help write it?
Hey, leave me out of this, you bitch. Animatronic, the more I think about it, you really ought to consider changing your name.
Oh, yeah? To what?
Yura. As in, you're a bottom, and you're gonna lose.
You bitch!
Lumina, I understand your name means light or bright, which is odd, considering you're as dull as Muck Sponge.
Hey, we consider Muck Sponge to be a delicacy where I'm from, okay? Don't knock it till you try it.
Pashmina, it's so good to have you here. Now you can be a loser in 2 languages.
Hooray for me.
Animatronic. Such a fitting name for a scary queen such as yourself. So scary, in fact, that the developers of Five Nights at Freddy's want to use your likeness for the sequels.
Ha!
Cyanide. Now I know why you're named that. Because whenever you're on stage, the audience wishes they had some cyanide.
Bitch.
Hibiscus. I know you made the shortlist for Season 4, but as we already know, they had reached their limit of boring queens with Honey and Claire.
I agree with some of what you said.
Cyanide, blue hair don't care, am I right? Apparently you also don't care about winning, given your track record.
Girl, what? In case y'all forgot, I won Snatch Game, and I did not have to lip sync this last time. So you might want to take a seat, Pashmina.
Hibiscus, I can't stay mad at someone who watches Beetlejuice points at the screen and yells Lydia Dietz stole my look.
Oh, really?
Clearly you're an NPC suffering from main character syndrome. Sad.
Look in a mirror when you say that next time.
Oh, and Lumina, you're perfect. You're beautiful. You look like an Ash zombie. You're a model.
Well, you're objectively false and wrong on all counts, except for the model part. Because I could be a model if I wanted to.
Okay, ladies, I have made a decision of the winner of our 5th ever edition of the Reading Challenge. And the winner is... Lumina. Your reads were just so fierce. It almost felt like you were reading me. You have won a 500 simoleon gift card to Sim Electronics of Del Sol Valley Stores Incorporated, and you'll find your gift card waiting for you when next you return to the You Better Work room. Now, the library is officially closed forever, and the 6 of you have an appointment with a photographer in just a few moments. So I expect you all to dress for a royal occasion and then meet our photographer and our guests in the set.
It's cool winning the mini challenge, the reading challenge and all, but what I'd really like to win is that crown and scepter. I think next Magical Queen Lumina has a really fierce ring to it.
So, how's everybody feeling? I know that I'm feeling totally like whiplash, like it's the finale. Hello? I don't even know what else to say. Somebody please say something. I'm in shock. I want to be able to say, oh, woo, I'm relieved. We're already at the finale. It's just downhill from here, but I was honestly expecting a bit more time, and it's like, Yoshika's gone, no ceremony, no lip sync, nothing. So that leaves the 6 of us, which I'm guessing was probably going to be 5, maybe 4 of us, but Morgyn had a change of heart with Kaguya again, and I have no idea what's going to play out from here.
It's wild that we're at the finale already. Like, I expected there to be at least 1 or 2 more challenges. Yeah, I thought we had more time until the finale, yet here we are.
Actually, I am worried that I won't look cute enough on HD televisions.
Do you ever take anything seriously?
Not at all.
I'm still in shock that I was nearly let go, I feel like, after Snatch Game. And then I had to lip sync for real again during the Spectacular. I was actually told to sashay away, and then at the very last minute, Morgan's like, once again, no, stay. I just feel terrible for Yoshika, but it's like, I feel like someone was going to be let go anyway.
That's exactly true. If it wasn't her, it would be you being sent home. Or it might have been 2 other people. Someone was going to get sent home, and it's also the finale, so lots of surprises, I guess.
I know I just feel terrible about Yoshika being sent home. I was this close to being sent home too. But I also feel happy to be at the finale, but at the same time I'm still shook that we're already there. There's literally no warning. It's just, here we are, welcome to the finale. I can't get over that.
I feel like it's safe to say that all of us were thrown for a loop with this revelation of the finale. We're already here. And so what hasn't happened is irrelevant, and what has happened is definitely going to play a part in who gets crowned and who gets told to go home.
After going through the gauntlet of this season, I feel like I can take on anything Morgyn throws at me. Who cares if it's the finale? To me, it may as well be another challenge.
I just want to say that it was silly of me to be so worried about my appearance being on HD. I'm young and pretty, of course I'll look good.
Hello, my 6 remaining potential magical queens. Please proceed through the elevator to the sub-level. And alphabetical order for your pre-coronation lunch date with me. So I'll see you there, or you'll be a square. Hello and welcome to your top 6 lunch date with me, Morgyn Ember. How do you feel making it this far in the competition?
Honestly, it feels amazing. Like a dream come true.
It feels good, Morgan, like really good. I'd equate it to getting the last box Special K at the supermarket.
It feels like coming home and finding your favorite meal already prepared for you.
For me personally, it feels surreal. Like, there was 2 times where I was pretty sure I was going to be cut loose and sent home. The fact that I'm sitting here having the finale lunch date with you confirms that I'm at the finale. Yeah, it feels like a dream.
Baby, it feels like I won the lottery and I still got enough money left over to get me a brand new buggy. It feel good. It feel real good.
For me, it feels kind of like I escaped Baldar, and now I don't have to spend the rest of my life slaving away, mining inside of a decrepit asteroid. So, yeah, it feels amazing.
Now, since you have come a very long way since Challenge 1 of this season, do you hold any regrets after the fact making it this far? Things you should have done, things you didn't do?
I probably would have reeled in my abrasiveness more. I wouldn't want the show to make me out to look like an asshole.
No, none. Next question.
My one big regret is not standing out from the crowd more. The more I hear people say, oh, Kaguya, you peaked early, it kind of resonates with me. I kind of resent that, but then it's kind of true, because I did really well starting out, but then midway through, it's kind of like you see other queens taking center stage and getting more notice, which is fine, but then at the same time, I'm also blending into the background. And my one regret is not demanding, of myself that I get those parts and that I just make it my own thing and just steal the show.
My only regret is playing it safe on challenges where I should have gone all out. I should have won the Cupid's Corner challenge. I should have won Snatch Game. I won't play it safe anymore.
I think my one true regret would be not, going punk enough, because I feel like you could always be more hardcore, you could always be more intense, and I feel like a lot of things I did play it safe. Like, I haven't landed in the bottom, but I feel like I could have gone up and over, and I actually, on challenges where I was safe, I probably could have won. So that's kind of my regret.
No, not really. I don't really have any regrets. I think that I've progressed and performed nicely this season. I would say, though, outside of the challenges, I wish I would have taken more time to stop and smell the roses and, gotten to know my fellow queens a bit better, because I've just been so focused on winning, making it to the end. And, it's that dumber work ethic, It's I think Kaguya, she's not a dumber, but she could probably relate. And, yeah, I would go back and make more of an effort to make friends with my fellow queens instead of just being, nose to the grindstone and work all the time.
What does drag mean to you? On a personal, spiritual, religious, political, any of those levels, what does drag mean to you?
To me, drag is a means to an end. It's the one thing that I'm good at, and it pays the bills.
To me, drag is about looking cute, having fun, and making money at the same time, and hopefully getting signed to a lucrative television contract.
Drag is expressing yourself and doing things in an artistic way that you can't do, like working at a restaurant or, just painting a painting or just being a model. It's all these things. And if it weren't for drag, I wouldn't have that platform, that medium to express myself the way that I really, truly need to.
Drag is all about anarchy, about chaos. It's about handing out fuck yous to the collective establishment and making a statement. It can also be about lip syncing in a dive bar for tips on weekends.
I think drag, to me, has been more about the medium for, like, learning and also teaching, also about, like, changing minds and showing off different perspectives, because when people first see you in drag, they think, oh my god, what a freak, like, oh my god, what a weirdo. But then when they actually take a minute to listen and they see from your perspective, you'd be amazed at how many heads turn and minds change. It really is an effective tool.
For me, especially back home in Vardenfell, drag has always been more of an escape. I was able to express myself, I was able to get with other like-minded individuals in Morrowind who also sought drag and other alternative art forms to express themselves. And, I mean, it's not something that's outlawed in Morrowind, but it's definitely not really like a mainstream thing. And most of the dumber just don't get it. They're just like, okay, you're a weird cross-dresser, okay. And it's so great coming out of Morrowind, and it's like so much more accepted. And to me, it's still an escape. I mean, sure, I could go and get a 9-to-5 job and wear a suit and all that, but it's not the same as slipping some nice heels and a skirt and perfect hair and makeup and really being able to, like, either belt out a song or a spoken word or just dance.
So how did you get involved in drag?
I was working at a power plant in the outskirts of my hometown. For my birthday one night, the guys hired some strippers to come and dance for us. Well, the ladies ended up actually being gents, and I was fascinated by the art of drag ever since.
Funny story, I fell into drag by accident. One time I was fleeing from some cartel thugs and I ran inside a ladies' boutique. I bumped into a mannequin and took everything off it, wig included. But it wasn't until I started getting mistook for a call girl by the local drunks that I knew my drag would be successful.
I'm actually a Halloween baby. I started doing drag on Halloween, and I went as the girl ghost from the Grudge movies, and that was pretty much that. I started doing drag every Halloween after that. I one time went as Sailor Moon. One Halloween I went as Peg Bundy. Another Halloween I went as Leela. And then another I went as Marge Simpson. And then this most recent Halloween, I went as a big pink girl troll doll.
There was a restaurant that was hiring, and I needed the work, but they only hired females. So one day I said, fuck it, and got into drag. Had my friend's sister help with my makeup, wore a nice skirt and dress jacket and a wig I got from Sally Beauty Supply, and went to the interview. He gave me the job almost immediately. I showed up to my first shift in drag and just continued ever since. Eventually I had to quit because I wanted to explore more with drag, and the boss was a real dickhead.
My first experience in drag was at a protest on my school campus, and we were just saying fuck it, and it was like a genderqueer protest. Like, we were all wearing like kilts and skirts, and girls were wearing like men's suits and painted on mustaches and all that. I mean, some of them weren't painted on, but like, it was really cool because it was really like alternative and edgy, and like a big fuck you to like authority figures and all that. And after that I was just like, you know, I kind of want to like keep doing this. I want to keep doing drag. So like, eventually I found my drag mom, and she got me more into drag, and here I am.
I started doing drag when we were still living in Balmora. The local club 8 Plates, ran by a very lovely lady named Dolnea, allowed me to perform in drag. And a lot of the locals, because Balmora is kind of like a melting pot, like Quebec City, there's Bosmer, there's Argonians, there's Khajiit, there's Imperials, Nords, Bretons, everything. It's a bit more open-minded, except the Lalu, of course, run the place. And that's how I got my first gig. It was in drag, I danced, I lip-synced, and it was a hit. I made about like 400 drakes in one night. It was pretty successful. If you were to become the next magical queen, what would be your first official decree?
My first decree as magical queen would be that every Friday is drag day, because Fridays are the best days!
Oh, a reply in Simlish. How thoughtful and profound, Peshmina. I love that you're assimilating so well into society.
My first decree would be Anime Day. Everybody gets to watch anime from any era all day until you get sick of it, and then you won't have to watch it again until next year.
I would decree that McDonald's shift their French fries back to their original recipe because the modern ones suck.
My first decree would be everyone gets a day off to go do drag or see drag day. And that could just be any day of the week, any holiday. Everybody gets to go.
My first official decree as magical queen would be Kiss a Dunmer Day. Because I'm single and I want a boyfriend. Or maybe I just want to be kissed.
And lastly, wrapping up this interview, what message do you have for all those aspiring drag queens out there?
Never give up! Even if your shoulders don't match your hips, or your hairline is crooked, or your mug makes you look like a clown. Keep trying, because it will pay off big time!
My advice would be to gather a lot of inspiration like I did, which was from like shows like Sailor Moon, Disney movies like Cinderella, and put together a persona, your drag persona, and just have fun with it. Like, don't take it seriously, just try out some ideas. People are constantly reinventing themselves in and out of drag. It's not really that big of a deal, and just have fun with it.
Try to join up with a drag family. I was a drag orphan growing up, so I didn't really get that closeness or shared familiarity with drag, which I wish I had.
My advice to any up-and-coming aspiring queens out there would be to always be true blue to yourself. Be who you are. If you're doing drag and not having fun, baby, it's time to hang up them heels and go back to work. Drag is meant to be fun. If you're not having fun doing drag, you ain't doing it right, baby. It ain't for you, and there ain't nothing wrong with working a regular 9 to 5. Hundreds of people do it, millions of people. I mean, it's a fact of life. But if you're not having fun, if you feel like it ain't you, don't do it. If you are having fun, if you do feel like it's you, do not let the haters keep you down. Keep going. Find an outlet to express yourself. Move if you can. Couch surf. I had to do it for many years until I hooked up with my drag mom. And I just made it a thing, baby. And you will find friends among the community who will embrace you.
My advice would be to keep doing what you do best. If it's drag, if it's not drag, always have something to fall back on. If drag didn't work out for me, I would be a pharmacist, which is very boring, but it pays the bills. I would rather do drag. And I know that sounds kind of entitled, thinking like, I'm a pharmacist. But trust me, I would rather be a drag queen 1,000 times up and beyond. And that's why I'm on this show. So any aspiring queens, have something to fall back upon, but keep doing drag.
Alright, my top 6. Well, that concludes our lunch date. I will see you next at the reunion being held in the You Better Workroom. So be there or be square. Hello everyone and welcome to Morgyn's Drag Race Reunited, where all 16 competing queens on Season 5 of Morgyn's Drag Race are reunited here to talk about the season and hashing things out. So let's just jump right into this. Let's get some opinions and stories from some of our early out queens like Moxie and Uzi. Moxie, how have you been, dear?
I've been good. Could be better, of course.
Now, you were our very first out queen for the season. We had a split premiere, but you were the very, very first queen to go, and I imagine that must, it's unfortunate when anyone has to go first, but there always has to be someone, inevitably, even if we go 5 episodes without elimination. You understand how the contest works. Someone will have to go home. I mean, we can't give everyone an award. Now, I'm sure that has possibly impacted your view on competing in drag and possibly impacted your opinion on things?
I was very close to calling it quits, Morgan. Like, when I left, it was the worst, most devastating feeling ever.
As head judge and host and producer of this series, I will come out and apologize to you, Moxie. You should have done a better job. I should have done a better job to make sure you were in a better place mentally and emotionally, and that the contest wouldn't have been so rigorous for you.
I'm actually not referring to the competition itself, Morgan, but it was someone's mean, ugly, spiteful, and just all-around hateful words that left me feeling worthless when I left that day.
Oh my, I can't even possibly imagine any of my queens saying such horrible things to another queen. I mean, I'm gobsmacked in this moment.
Animatronic.
It's gotta be Anna.
Without a doubt, animatronic.
Well, Anna, it seems like all fingers are pointing to you. Surely this is a misunderstanding. I mean, what do you have to say for yourself?
Clearly she's upset because she couldn't take the heat of the competition, and she lost. Tale as old as time, but one that I sadly cannot relate to.
No, I'm upset because you're a nasty, horrible excuse for a human being who has nothing pleasant to say about anyone ever. I'm upset because I got my dream call to come on to Drag Race only to land in the bottom and go home in the first episode. Okay, it happens. But you know what the icing on the cake is? The entire time waiting for the judges' deliberations, you did nothing but berate, insult, and dehumanize me. Your soul is dark and ugly animatronic, and I don't like you. Down with bullies.
Bullies talk a lot of shit because they know they're full of it.
Everything I said was in the spirit of the competition. Nothing that was said was serious. I am not a bully!
Now, Anna, there is a fine line between playful ribbing and outright bullying. And a lot of the other queens have chimed in and have pointed to you as kind of, towing the line in favor of actually being actively antagonistic. Now, I just want to put it out there that there's nothing wrong with playful banter and with teasing in a fun, competitive way, but when you're actually demeaning another queen, be it because of their drag or because of how they look or things they can't control like their hair texture or their skin color or their gender identity, that's where it becomes bullying, and we absolutely will not tolerate that on the show. Now, with that said, Moxie Valens, do you think that if Animatronic reached in and actually apologized because perhaps she didn't know that the things she was saying to you were actually hurtful on a personal level because she thought she was just being a playful competitor? Now, if she genuinely felt deep down and reached out and apologized, would that be acceptable to you, and could you both work together to put your differences aside in the future? Would that be acceptable?
I guess it can't hurt what is already broken.
Okay, now, Animatronic, do you feel that perhaps in some way that you weren't aware that the things you were saying were personally and professionally offensive to Moxie, that you were hurting her, and really kind of, instead of just playfully ribbing in a competitive manner, you were actually criticizing and trying to invalidate her drag?
Everything I said came from a competitive place. Like, honestly, I thought your black and white looks were fantastic, and I was even a bit jealous of how polished you looked. But I sincerely, genuinely apologize for making you feel invalid. That wasn't my intention. I just wanted to try and keep you on your toes and try to mess with you, and it worked too well.
Now, Moxie Valens, does that sound acceptable to you as an apology? Would you be willing to agree and put your differences aside from here on out and accept Anna's apology, and knowing that she's going to make an effort that she won't act that way in the future?
Apology accepted.
Alright, that's great to hear. You love to see it. Now, moving onward with tonight's reunion. Now, Uzi, you came into this competition with some experience on stage. You had worked previously in some local theaters and shows like that. What part of that, if any, helped prepare you for the Drag Race experience?
Oh gosh, Morgan, I couldn't say for sure, but if I had to guess, I would say my handiness with a bunghole wrench came into play many, many times.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Actually, no.
Oh, okay. Moving on. Summer LaBelle Jackson. I have to say, your departure from the competition was I feel like it was a big blow to the whole contest. With 2 wins under your belt, I had a feeling that you were going to go far. Who could foresee the accident that was to follow?
Yay. It was a real shock. Like, I'm usually very flexible and in good shape to perform, but my knees ate that fall that night hard.
Summer, I feel like we all missed an invaluable opportunity to get to know more of you and see you properly continue your drag race journey. So I am officially extending the opportunity to you to come back and return on a future season of Drag Race. It can be next season, it can be the season after. Whenever you feel cleared to go, that's all you have to do is show up. Don't even call first, just bring your bags and show up. How does that sound?
Morgan, I would be delighted to make a comeback on Drag Race. And believe you me, this time, it's personal.
Alright then, it sounds like we've got a plan. Now, moving on. Beryl Jade Blige, I have to say, you look amazing. Your hair, makeup, your outfits. It saddens me because I feel like, again, another queen, another lost potential that you could have made it so far in the competition. And it just seems like that one challenge, that one little slip up, and that was that. It was time to go home.
Honestly, Morgan, I feel like that music video challenge could have really made me stood out from the crowd, but unfortunately, my position in the video and ultimate fate was left up to poor direction.
Poor direction? The director? Who was the team leader? The team captain for that challenge? Was Yoshka? Yoshka, do you have any comments about what Beryl's experienced?
I mean, she's wrong, so there's that.
In what way am I wrong? You were the team captain, and it was you who assigned roles to everyone, yes or no?
Everyone who was on my team had complete creative control, and if you felt like you didn't, you could have given your input, which clearly you did not.
Actually, I did in fact give my input. I voiced my concerns many, many times, and you still gave us whatever you wanted.
You said, and I quote, "I want to do a standalone R&B dance mix for the bridge of the song," end quote.
That is not what I said. You're just putting words in my mouth.
And you're totally making up events to fit a victim narrative?
Alright then, let's move along before things get even more heated and before we can't handle the heat anymore in the kitchen. Now, Jock, you're a queen who I feel many viewers and even other queens on the show felt going into the competition. You were a bit of a dark horse. You know, you're kind of imposing and tall, and people didn't really know where your drag experience, your expertise lied. And then come the talent show, unfortunately you chose something that we judges did not understand. And we saw that more as a hobby and not really something, a talent that people would want to sit here and watch. Does that make sense to you?
Well, Morgan, it makes sense to me that a platoon of out-of-shape queens wouldn't have any interest in the benefits of an active, healthy lifestyle.
Well, Jock, I think that you might just be exaggerating a wee bit. I feel like lots of us here do, in fact, appreciate a healthy and active lifestyle. Just some of us are a bit less able-bodied to do that, and others were just too busy. Surely you can understand that.
I understand that the vast majority of queens are just mealy-mouthed, lazy sluts who would rather go and get wrecked in the handicap stall of a truck stop bathroom rather than wake up at the crack of dawn to go for an early morning run. Pathetic!
A romp in a truck stop bathroom, baby? That sounds like my kind of evening. Count me in, Daddy.
That sounds pretty hot, to be honest.
Hell, I already do that on my weekends with Extra. Sign me up.
Bitches! Nasty philandering, skanky bitches!
Planchette, when you came onto the season, I was thrilled because I thought that there was so much potential there. You've been doing drag for several years now, and I thought, and and I don't like to typecast queens, I'm just putting this out here, but I thought that you could be spooky but also funny, and you did definitely live up to that. How do you feel your time on Drag Race was? Do you feel like it was spent well, or obviously there's some, missed potential? Well, Morgan, I think it's a travesty. I'm also a travesty. I think that it's a shame that we queens get pigeonholed into such stereotypes. For example, people would stereotype, Summer LaBelle Jackson as being an overweight, sassy
Excuse
black
me?
woman. Or people would stereotype Yoshika as being attractive.
What the fuck?
Or they stereotype animatronic as being a loud,
You're
rude,
gonna get
insensitive New
whacked!
Yorker. They're all lies. Lies. Planchette, I will say, though, that your comedy routine for your talent act was hilarious. It had all of us judges on the floor rolling and our sides were aching. I can't even remember why you were in the bottom in the first place. Because it wasn't a joke. It wasn't comedy. It was a serious attempt, a dangerous magic spell communing with the departed, the dead of the netherworld. It wasn't meant to be funny. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember now. Well, I'm sorry. To be fair, we cannot give you a comedy win for a failed clairvoyant psychic medium routine. It just wouldn't be fair to all the other queens who were eliminated for such things. Oh well, life goes on. Fantasia Fontaine, I feel like out of all these queens who left when they did, you had the most potential to make it all the way. And I'm still shocked that you left when you did. And I wonder, maybe there was miscommunication, maybe it just was the wrong role for you. I feel like if you had the leading role instead of Cyanide or Lumina, you would have stood out from the crowd more, and I think you would have gotten that win, and you would have moved on to Snatch Game. How do you think?
I definitely agree. I should have gotten a bigger role because it absolutely would have showcased my talent better, and I do think I could have gotten a win for that one. That said, I don't begrudge the winners of their win. It was well deserved. I just wish I could have had a larger starring part, and I think I could have turned things around for myself.
Well, who knows, Fantasia? Perhaps if you keep the possibility open to returning to Drag Race, there's a very good chance that you could come back and take it all. I mean, you definitely are a very talented, multi-talented queen, and I think that's a distinct possibility.
If that's an invitation to return, I'm definitely open to it. I want a rematch.
That's great. That's what I like to hear. I would love to have you back on the show sometime. Genciana, our little dancing queen of Ciudad Enamorada. I must say that I'm also surprised that you left when you did. You were proven to be a capable dancer, but when it came down to the lip sync spectacular, it just seems like it wasn't your thing. I mean, what do you feel happened? What went wrong in your opinion?
I cannot lie, Morgan, so I will confess.
That's a first.
It's okay, Genciana, you have the floor. Please continue with your story.
The dress I chose to lip sync that day was a not so good. And in the end, I get eliminado because of it.
So you believe that had you chosen a better outfit to lip sync in, you would have been more mobile and you would have been less restricted, and that the song choices wouldn't have mattered, you still would have cleaned house. Is that what you're saying, basically?
See, absolutely, Morgan. I would have sent every queen against me home on a bus. Hibiscus laughs, but she knows that is the truth.
I mean, that's not what happened, but okay.
Hibiscus, what about you? I mean, do you feel like now that Genciana's been sent home, you are still in the running to become next Magical Queen? Do you feel like this feud between the two of you can finally be put to bed? That, like, you can safely say it's done, it's over, it's had its time?
Well, if you to consider her a rival would require me to view her as an equal, which I don't. She might be good at dancing, but then again, when you're in the bottom lip syncing for your life, everyone is pulling out desperation moves in hopes of staying. So I'm not totally impressed.
It's okay. You no need to be impressed, honey, because deep down I know I am La Reina del Baile de Ciudad Enamorada, and you could never compete with that.
So you've claimed to be this dancing queen many times, but I still haven't seen any proof. And I still beat you and Madison relatively easily, so there's that.
You might still be in the running, perra, but that don't mean you're gonna win. Pinche gringa.
Okay, let's take a minute and just analyze this really quick. Hibiscus, why do you think there is so much hostility between yourself and Gentiana?
It's completely reactionary on my end, and she only instigates things whenever she needs 5 more minutes of screen time.
Gentiana, is there any truth to what Hibiscus is saying? How do you feel about the relationship between she and you?
She upset because she wanted to be Bambina for the past Queen Challenge, as did I, and she presumed to think I would stand aside and pick someone else for myself, and she thought wrong. That is why she is upset.
I'm actually not upset. Do I look upset to you?
It's actually kinda hard to know whether you really upset or not, since your voice never changes and your face show no emotion.
Allow me to set the record straight then. If I were actually upset, it would be because you're insincere, you're rude, you have an inflated ego to match that big head of yours, and you never shut up about this famous dancing queen business that you keep going on about, that I have yet to see any proof of. That's if I were upset.
Alright, well clearly Hibiscus is actually not upset, and maybe we'll revisit this later. Madison Square. I think a lot of people would see your time on the show and feel like you really were kind of an enigma, where you were there and you won a challenge, you had a presence, but you also, we didn't know that much about you. And I thought Snatch Game would have really brought out this persona, and then you had the whole Charlotte Rae, Mrs. Garrett thing, and it flopped. It didn't really work that well.
I'll be honest, Morgan. I'm actually a very shy person, so when it came to the Snatch Game, I couldn't bring myself to going full out like I really should have.
Oh, I see. Do you feel like this behavior, this shyness, has prevented you from standing out more in the competition, which ultimately led to you losing in the Lip Sync Spectacular, going home?
Oh, absolutely, Morgan. In fact, I'm feeling a breakout of shyness right now.
Oh no! Is there anything I can do to help? And you need like a paper bag or to step out of the hall for a minute?
No, I'm not having a panic attack. I'm just timid.
Madison, I feel like we, your fellow queens and the viewers, didn't really get to know that much about you. I mean, there were shady moments, or consistently in the shade room, but we didn't really get to know the real Madison. And those opportunities where you got to stand out, we saw glimpses, hints, but we didn't see the true Madison Squared.
Yeah, apart from being shy, I have this overbearing fear of failure that's turned into full-on anxiety. I'm sorry for turning this into a Dr. Phil episode, but those are my excuses for failing the season.
And here I thought she was just being a bitch.
It's true. I suffer from fear of failure, which in turn has become performance anxiety, which prevents me from doing my best. I know I am shady most of the time, so people don't think I'm being sincere, but it's the truth!
There's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of for having a fear or anxiety of being in front of a crowd or an audience. Obviously, you were cleared to come onto the show. And I will be frank with you, Madison. I have been doing this show for a couple years now, and I still get the jitters. I still get butterflies in my stomach. It's the finale, and I'm going to be like feeling like I'm on a ship, like, you know, with the waves crashing and making me sick. So I know how you feel, and a lot of people do, and it's, you know, it just is how it is. And I thank you for opening up to all of us about that and letting us see the real Madison. Yoshika, how do you feel your time on Season 5 was spent?
Well, I peaked early and got unfairly eliminated in a sudden death appearance on stage in front of the judges. But Hey, at least Kaguya got to stay again. So, yay for her.
Hold on a minute. Yoshika, it kind of sounds like you're a bit resentful towards Kaguya because of my decision. Is that the truth?
You tell me, would you feel a tiny bit resentful for kicking ass during the spectacular only to be told to get the fuck out the very next week? No lip sync, no chance for me to fight for myself. I'm a little more than resentful, actually.
Now, Yoshika, you know that is not what happened. Okay? You performed pretty mediocre throughout the season, if I'm being honest. Perhaps maybe if you were more standout, if you took the larger roles, if you fought for those parts and made yourself stand out from the crowd, then there would be no question why you're in the finale. But probably because of that is what happened. And it didn't happen entirely the way that you said it would, and we all know that, Yoshika.
Maybe not, but the sentiment is still the same.
Hibiscus, how does it feel being part of the top 6, knowing that you are going into the final parts of the finale?
It feels good, really good, actually.
Do you feel like with mostly having gotten Runway wins over Maxi wins that your place in the top 6 might be less deserved than your peers?
Not at all. Yes, it would have been nice, better even to have gotten more maxi wins, but fashion is just as important a concept in drag as lip syncing.
Fashion is important, says the queen, whose whole wardrobe is stolen assets from 90s movies and edgy goth kids shows.
You're really one to talk when your entire shtick is just copying from Galaxia and Moxie Mathers and calling it a day. You're just a less funny clown.
Of course, she no gonna agree. She has westernized privilege defending her actions, even though she was wrong and know it. She no gonna admit it because society see her as beautiful, even if they are wrong. Pinche pera.
At least I'm not a 5'0" gremlin cosplaying as an actual drag queen.
Well, that got personal very quickly. Let's move along, shall we? Lady Kaguya, some would say that you had peaked early and were just kind of stagnant through the competition, and that you got your place in the top 6 unfairly. How would you feel about that? Well, first off, I would have to say that, yeah, I did do really well earlier on, and unfortunately that kind of translates to being a backgrounder or a non-important person or not a standout character. I think that I gave what I gave. Some of my decisions weren't the best, like for Snatch Game, like for, the lip sync, but I overcame them. And, I mean, okay, it's debatable whether I won one legitimately or if I was saved. But obviously, I think you and the rest of the judges see something in me still, which is why I'm here. Otherwise, I probably would have left, just like Yoshika. Sorry, Yoshika, nothing personal. And you are absolutely right. You are correct, Kaguya. There is still something there. I wish that there had been more challenges between the spectacular and the finale to showcase that. But there's still something there. I could feel it. Siobhan could feel it. Jasper could feel it. Production could feel it. It would have been a crime to let you go. And it wasn't like intervening and being like, oh, the contest is rigged. Let me say something. Anytime there's a lip sync, we can send anyone home. We can send one queen home. We can send both home. We can keep both of them. I don't exercise that right too often because I want it to be a fair fight. Kaguya, you won your lip sync fair and square. You beat Gentiana. You were kept at the gorgeous and gold runway because you still have a dog in this fight. That's what I believe. And if everyone else doesn't believe it, fuck them because they're not paying your bills, Kaguya. That's how I feel. Amen to that. Hallelujah, sister. Hallelujah. Pashmina Pachuca, you have reached the finale, and get this, everyone, if you weren't aware, this is her second time in a finale. She was in the top 4 of Drag Race Salvadorada, based out of Ciudad Enamorada, and now she's in the top 6 of Morgan's Drag Race Season 5. Isn't that amazing? How often does that ever happen to one queen in her lifetime?
And it wasn't easy getting here. I had to bribe a caravan to smuggle me inside a trunk. And even then I had to wear a ball gag the entire time.
That's because she never shuts the fuck up.
Oh my, Pashmina, that is a wild tale. But you made it here, and you made it onto the show, and I would say that you were fairly successful. I would argue that you're probably the breakout star of the show, or maybe an underrated dark horse, a second breakout star of the show.
I get that a lot, on account that I threatened my ex-manager with a love spell if he didn't get me better gigs.
A love spell? Pashmina, I had no idea you were a spellcaster. And that's dangerous. Why would you make your manager fall in love with you?
Oh, it wasn't me he was in love with, it was Rosie O'Donnell. Besides, he's not my type.
Well, who is your type, if you don't mind me asking?
Someone male with money who can set me up with a lot of gigs.
So, are you just flying solo these days? Do you not have a manager? What happened to your old manager?
Oh, he left me ages ago to manage Paul Fusco. You know, the guy that plays Alf?
Well, okay, Pashmina, it sounds like you've lived a very exciting life so far, and now Drag Race, you're about to get even more exciting. You just might be a winner. Animatronic, my animated queen. No surprises here that you'd make it to the finale. You are very talented. You're a dancer, you're a mover, you're a lip-sync assassin. Probably the lip-sync assassin of the season. Would you agree?
I definitely agree. I mean, it was my talent that carried me this far into the competition, and I can safely say that I am a lip-sync assassin, and I have the moves to back it up.
So, another case of kind of a later breaking out star. People were eyeing you earlier in the season and probably thinking she's going to go far. Excuse me. But as far as showing your raw potential, your talent, like in acting and singing, lip singing, all that didn't happen until pretty much near the end of the season. And I wonder if maybe had you fought harder for some bigger roles, that could have been avoided.
Oh, it's easy to say in hindsight, yay, I would have done this or that differently. But the fact of the matter is, Morgan, that I am actually a very non-confrontational person. So when the team captain assigns me a part, I believe that it is my job to make that part the breakout star of the challenge.
So, Animatronic, if I'm understanding this correctly, it's your belief that star roles aren't handed out, that anyone can take your role and make that into a star, that the star is born from the unexpected.
I mean, it's the casting director's job to assign a role, but it's your job as an actor or singer or drag queen to become the next big thing!
Well, I have to say, Animatronic, I agree with pretty much every point you've made. The stars aren't manufactured. I mean, there have been many attempts, but they don't always resonate well with the public. A star is born when the right person gets the right role, as we've seen time and time again, even on this show. Miss Cyanide, our blue queen, I have to say, I'm definitely not surprised that you're here with us in the finale. You've been such an entertaining force. You've been a powerhouse when given a chance to really shine. You've proven many times, like with the ad package music video and with Snatch Game, that you deserve to be here, and you just might become a winner.
Well, Morgan, I just feel like everything is kind of surreal right now. Like, I really want to give it my all, even though, like, I'm in the, like, last round, like, about to face the final boss. But really, that's when you have to go all out, because you can't just conserve all of it and hope, like, you make it to the end. You have to go all out all the way through. And I feel like that's what I've been doing, because let's face it, I have never been in the bottom, and neither has Lumina. So we're both kind of like, tied.
That is true. You and Lumina have never fell into the bottom. Pashmina has never fallen into the bottom either. I just point that out. Speaking of which, out of the top 6 queens, who do you feel Cyanide, it would be your biggest challenge to actually claiming the throne, and the crown, and the prize money?
Okay, I don't want to be like mean or anything, but I have got to say out the gate Lumina, because she's a dark elf, and those dark elves know how to fight dirty. They know how to get their shit. Definitely Lumina.
It's true. I agree with Cyanide 100%. I was raised part Ashlander, and I know how to make a shiv out of pretty much anything. In fact, everything can be a weapon. I learned how to do that. Of course, I don't fight with weapons. I fight with my personality and my voice. Which I don't mean to say my voice as in the Thum, like the Nordic legend. I just mean that my voice is calming for some people.
Cyanide, I just have to point out how uniquely odd you are. And I'm saying that in a good way. I love the weird queens. I love the psycho queens, the punk queens. I love it. Drag is a great way to express yourself, to express your art and your style, and to protest.
Oh, definitely. Like, I consider myself punk because I defy the norms of gender roles and just drag in general. Like, a lot of normal, or I should say quote unquote normal drag venues, they kind of thumb their noses because when they see queens like me, we're alternative, we're different, we got the shaved head, you know, the piercings, all that, they're just kind of like, oh god, she's gonna be trouble. But it's like, I'm really just a bunch of fun, and I like to listen to all kinds of music, you know, punk, pop, rock, you know, whatever, and people look at me and they don't really think that. They're like, oh god, she's probably into like fucking soul or trap or whatever. And I can find and appreciate lots of things. And with life and time and experience, you realize that sooner rather than later. And as far as protesting is, this show is a protest. This is a big fuck you to the heteronormative society, and I'm all here for it.
And lastly, and certainly not leastly, our favorite Dunmer Morrowind queen, Lumina. Lumina, darling, you look amazing. You look radiant. You're a model. That's not my joke to tell. Lumina, I have to say, how do you feel being here in the finale?
It feels pretty good. It definitely feels better than being stuck at home on the Quama farm. Back in Vardenfell. In Morrowind.
A Quama farm. Can you explain to us who aren't familiar with Morrowind lore and history what that is exactly?
So Quama are basically like larger insects, and their eggs are kind of like, I guess you say like chicken eggs. I mean, they're not like chicken eggs, they're different, but we harvest them and eat them. So I guess they're like not fertilized. Anyway, a Quama mine is generally where a Quama queen resides, and that's where the whole nest and everything is. They have many different life states. So you've got Quama warriors that are as big as a person. You've got the normal Quama that are like the size of a wolf. Then you have the scribs that are non-hostile, and then you have like the little slug things that are foragers, and they are very hostile and can stun people.
Very interesting. So you were raised on a farm, correct?
Well, I grew up in the city, and I worked on a farm for as long as I can remember. When I was a little kid, I was hauled out there, work on the farm with the Nyx Hound, and yeah, we don't really have chickens in Morrowind. We have Bantam Guars that are basically the same thing. So we had Bantam Guars, we had Scribs, we had all that. And I would be harvesting eggs, I would be playing with the Nyx Hounds, blah blah, until my parents got annoyed and frustrated and told me to go back in the house. Which, by the way, this was back when we lived in Balmora. I was born in Balmora. And we were not welcome there by the locals because Balmora is a Hlalu city, town, whatever. And that means that they're pro-Imperial and they're not really like pro-Dunmer rule. I mean, they're fine with having a Dunmer in charge, but it's someone that was placed there by an Imperial, blah, blah, whatever, politics. Our family has always had Redoran ties, even though my mom's side of the family is Ashlander, and her mother's side of the family is Mabragash, which is even, like, deeper, crazier, fringe Ashlander stuff. So we were really not welcome in Balmora. So eventually we ended up moving to Vivek, and there was a farm with all the Kwama and mines and all that. It was crazy on the outskirts of Vivek City, which nobody really knows this about me, but we lived in the foreign quarter. That's where all the Enwas, the Outlanders who aren't native Dunmer, and we stayed there for many months until we got approved to get an apartment in Redoran district of Vivek City.
So most people don't know this about you, but you and your family, you're political refugees fleeing from Balmora to go to the more, I'm assuming, more open-minded and lenient Vivek City.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Vivek City is home of where God King Vivek, one of our rulers of the tribunal, lives. And of course the tribunal church, the temple, is headquartered there in Vivek City. They really don't like infighting amongst the people. They like everyone to kind of get along, even though there's tensions between the Lalu and the Redoran, and then the Telvanni just kind of do whatever they want to do. And of course there's the whole foreign quarter, which, you know, everyone's kind of like, ugh. But because part of my family is Ashlander, my mother's side, the other half is native Dunmer. Well, Ashlanders are native Dunmer, but that's a different story. The other half, my father's side of the family, is Redoran. The Redoran really took us under their wing. They took us in, and it was nice. It was nice finally having a permanent place to call home and put those memories of Lalu guards chasing us out of Balmora with pitchforks and torches.
So is it safe to say that your Morrowind culture, your Dunmer culture, had an effect on your drag and possibly decision to apply to the show?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think my drag would be the same if I weren't Dunmer. It wouldn't be the same if I didn't have Mabragash-infused Ashlander teachings and Redoran upbringing and tribunal teachings. It would just be run-of-the-mill generic drag, which there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not as unique.
So you're here in the finale, Lumina. Let's say it's a guarantee that you're going to win. You got the crown. You've got the money. What's the first thing you're going to do after leaving the set?
Oh my gosh. If I won that prize money, that $1 million, I would travel back to Vivek City and buy our old apartment building. We actually don't own the building. My parents actually moved to Cyrodiil in the recent years in the Imperial City. And I would really like for us to have like that permanent home, that permanent place. Especially when it's a place I grew up and I have fond memories of.
Alright then, thank you so much, Lumina, for sharing your history and your lore and culture with us here tonight. Thank you everyone for meeting with me here for this reunion. I'm just so happy to have all my girls back under one roof, and it feels good. It feels great. And as for the top 6, I will be seeing you very soon on the main center stage. So as I always say, be there or be square. Welcome, one and all, to the grand finale of Morgan's Drag Race. And I'm just tingling with anticipation. Siobhan, how are you feeling this evening? Morgan, this is it. Sister, it is the finale. One of these queens is going to be the magical queen. I can't even guess who it might be, but I am so excited to see and meet the next magical queen. Jasper Harp, this marks your second ever finale that you've been here with us. Are you also excited?
Morgyn, I cannot wait to see who's getting the crown next. Abacus was an amazing magical queen, but I have a feeling one of these 6 queens is going to be even more remarkable.
Earlier this year, 16 queens entered our studio, walked through the You Better Work room for the very first time with high hopes and dreams of becoming the next magical queen. Now we are down to mere 6 finalists. And it kind of feels like it shouldn't have happened that way, but here we are. We're already at the finale. There's no crying until the end, as they say. So without further ado, let's do further and reveal my queens.
Lights are flashing, feel the moon in the club, I'm on my own. Heartbeat racing, let it go. Music thumping in the zone. Faces pumping, moving, feel. Crowd is jumping, feel the beat. Hands are waving, can't be beat. Lost in rhythm, feeling sweet. Dancing solo all night long. In the moment, feel this strong. Dancing solo, this my song. Ooh, can't go wrong. Neon colors, spinning lights. Moving steady, feels so right. No one else, just me tonight. In the dance, take flight. Alone but never lonely. Dance floor's my one and only. Twist and turn, let it flow. Solo night on the go. Dancing solo all night long. In the moment, feel this strong. Dancing solo, this my song. Ooh, can't go wrong. Dancing solo all night long. Lights are flashing, feel the moon in the club, I'm on my own. Heartbeat racing, let it go. Music thumping in the zone. Faces pumping, moving, feel. Crowd is jumping, feel the beat. Hands are waving, can't be beat. Lost in rhythm, feeling sweet. Dancing solo.
Now, to further commence with the festivities of our grand finale, let's do further and reveal our finalists for the crown.
Being here walking this stage at the finale is phenomenal! I always knew that I had what it takes to go far, but to actually be here is still so unbelievable!
What's the point in telling lies? Nothing to
It's
gain,
the finale,
nothing to hide.
and I still have butterflies flying all up inside my stomach. I'm hoping that once I snatch that crown, that the butterflies and the sick feeling will just go away, and then I can focus on what I want to spend my prize money on. Bitch, it's the finale. Y'all surprised that I'm here? I'm not.
I'm not gonna lie, I am like so nervous right now. I watched the previous seasons of Morgyn's Drag Race, so I know what they went through, but I feel like my brain still hasn't processed the fact that it's the end, and I just might win it all or walk away a loser.
Well, that's twice that they've tried getting rid of me, and, well, technically 3 times if you count the lip sync spectacular. But bitch, somehow I am still here. I'm walking down the final runway of the finale, and I'm not a loser, at least not yet. And I have a feeling that things could go very well for me. Like, I'm not afraid anymore. Like, even if I don't win, at least I made it to the finale. I got to see where the other queens landed. I got to see my friends, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this journey, and I'm glad that I didn't leave when I was originally going to leave. I'm glad that I'm still here.
So it's the finale runway, and as a proud supporter of House Veteran, actually a proud member of House Veteran, who's also part Ashlander, make sense of that, I'm bringing you Balmora culture, Vardenfell culture. I am bringing you one last runway that says, Future Queen of Morgyn. Sorry, Baron Gaia. And that's pretty much it. If I win, yes, praise Vivek. If I lose, oh well, maybe All Stars. At least I'll get to go back home, meet some Muck Sponge.
I feel like everyone expects you to go on and on about how exciting everything is just because it's the finale. But I'd rather talk about my favorite subject, me. Like, how good do I look in this lighting and this hair and makeup? I feel like Jem on her way to accept the award for best looking 80s chick.
Thank you, ladies, for appearing before me on stage. My top 6. But before we proceed any further, I would like to specifically address 2 queens on stage tonight. Lady Kaguya and Hibiscus. The 2 of you have showed some remarkable versatility and some strengths and vulnerability throughout the season, and it has been a joy to watch you. But from here, your drag journey on this competition ends. But the doors will remain forever open for you 2 at 6th and 5th place to come back and compete for a future season. Now, please head to the back of the stage with your sisters. So my time in the competition is done. It's over, and honestly, it feels like a relief. I guess I am eliminated, but no sad music, no having to go home or pack up. I just get to go to the back of the stage with everybody. It's like a family reunion. It's like the reunion part 2, but we're going to be back here gossiping while all the queens are doing their thing on stage, and I'm okay with that. It's been a fun ride. I'm a little bit disappointed, but actually, like I said, I'm relieved. It's been a fun run.
I'm disappointed that I didn't qualify for the final lip sync. I feel like I really did well throughout the season. I even made it to the finale. If I could go back and do it all over again, I wouldn't have played it safe on some challenges. I would have gone all out and demolished my competition.
Now, as for my remaining top final 4 queens, you may use this opportunity to return to the workroom and change into your special lip-syncing outfits, where we will then proceed with the final lip sync of the season. The big lip sync for the crown. Before we go any further with tonight's festivities, would Fantasia Fontaine please approach the stage?
I hope I'm not in trouble.
Fantasia Fontaine, your fellow queens have spoken, and they have decided that you are Miss Congeniality for Morgan's Drag Race Season 5. Congratulations, my dear. And we have a special guest to pass the torch down to you.
Congratulations. Enjoy the cash prize.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
And there you have it, your Miss Congeniality of 2025. Congratulations, Fantasia Fontaine. It is certainly warranted for such a congenial, wonderful queen such as yourself. Welcome back, ladies. I see that you are all adequately prepared to enter the final lip sync, the big lip sync for the crown, and the cash prize of 1 million simoleons and an all-expense paid trip to Salvadorada. Now, places, and prepare yourselves, for the time has come for you to lip sync for the crown. Ladies, need I remind you that this is your very final chance to impress me, win the crown and the prize, and become Sim Nation's next magical queen. So good luck, and please don't flunk it up.
This is it. This is the big finale, the final lip sync. I have got to prove my worth to Morgyn and the judges and help the world that I deserve to be Sim Nation's next magical queen and bring home that crown to Morrowind and show all the Dunmer that drag is alive and well and I am their queen. Again, sorry, Baron Zaya.
It's the top 4 for the crown, and like I always knew my abilities could get me here, there was always a chance that Morgyn or the judges could see something, one little flaw, and send me packing. I am so very grateful that hasn't happened, and I still have this one last opportunity to showcase why I deserve to become Sim Nation's next magical queen.
I'm here on the stage as part of the top 4 lip sync for the finale. Am I nervous? Babe, I'm a fucking wreck, but I'm just gonna sweat it out like a fart in church. Ciudad Enamorada doesn't have any winners residing there. That is until now when I win this lip sync and take home the crown to show my adoring public how talented, cute, and funny I am. Beating out these queens and impressing Morgyn is my last big hurdle before becoming the next magical queen, and I know I can pull this off.
I went into this competition as like an amateur drag galing with a very big hard-on for the color blue. And I said hard, H-E-R-T, not hard. And I had no idea that I would make it this far. Like, not to like talk down on myself or to have no confidence, but I didn't imagine in a million years I would actually be standing here in the finale. But here I am, and I guess all my haters are just in shock and awe. What am I saying? I don't have any haters. But this is it. This is my opportunity to bring home the crown and be like, I finally won a crown for my drag mom, Lapis. And she didn't get to win her season, but god damn it, Cyanide's gonna win her season.
The final lip sync is on, and honestly, I'm still a little upset about being cut when I was, so I really don't care who wins.
I know it's the final lip sync, so I'll just say this. The judges, the producers, everyone are fools. Fools for cutting me when they did. I would have given them a show of their life, and they would have had no choice but to crown me, and that's exactly why they sent me home when they did. It had nothing to do with an unintentionally funny comedy act that was supposed to be a very serious seance.
It would have been something else to be on that stage, lip-syncing for the crown. I think, though, that if the judges are smart, they will crown someone who isn't animatronics.
Watching this lip sync reminds me of why I quit my local theater. I can't act, I can't dance, and I definitely can't lip sync. Oh well, at least I know my way around a bunghole wrench.
One of these queens is going to become the next magical queen, and the rest are going to become losers. So all I gotta say is, watch your weave.
I know a good lip sync when I see one, and baby, this lip sync is shaping up to be one for the history books. Mark my words.
I see the 4 queens on stage, lip sync, and I can only imagine how much better it would be if I were there. The public greatly missed her, La Reina del Baile de Ciudad Enamorada. She can merely watch and wonder from a distance.
I know I don't got a dog in this fight no more, but I'm kind of hoping that Pashmina turns it out. She's been funny all season, and that would be so funny to have as magical queen. So, obviously I feel pretty robbed. I mean, I just got cut from the competition earlier on, and I just know that if it were me on that stage, I'd be killing it. And then Morgyn would have no choice but to crown her little trans angel as next magical queen.
Okay, wow. So, the remaining girlies who beat me out in the spectacular get to square off for the crown. Cool. Now point me in the direction of catering. I need an Italian ice and a baguette.
I'm actually kind of hoping that Lumina or Cyanide get it, because we're like day one OG besties for like group one, and that would be like so fun, you know, plus we're friends, so it would be nice to see either one of them win.
If I were still in the running, I'd like to think that I'd be killing it there in that lip sync, but I guess we'll never know. Hopefully Lumina kicks ass and cleans house. Send home the clowns.
Thank you, ladies, for that emotional final lip sync for the crown. Pashmina Pachuca, animatronic. I'm sorry, my dears, but your journey in this competition is at an end. Though the two of you have fought bravely and valiantly and showed much talent, third and fourth place is nothing to sneeze at.
I can't believe I lost. Well, I guess it has something to do with the fact that I was distracted by the hat the camera guy was wearing. Did it say Damon's or Depends? Please get back to me and let me know, anonymous cameraman.
The lip sync's over and I did a stellar job, and now I'm being told I'm no longer in the running? This stinks! This is total BS!
Now, time to declare Sim Nation's next magical queen. 2 queens stand before me. The final 2 remaining contestants of Morgyn's Drag Race, Lumina and Cyanide. And the winner of Morgyn's Drag Race is... Cyanide! Congratulations, my dear. We love you. Your people love you. You are the next magical queen. Girl, congratulations. I knew you could do it. I'm so happy for you.
This is such a meteoric moment in Drag Race history. Your win, and I'm grateful to have been here for it. Congratulations!
I lost and you won, but it was well deserved, girlie. You killed it this season, and it was an honor and a privilege to compete alongside you on this season. I hope that maybe if I can win, then we can compete maybe on All Winners together. Wealth beyond measure, Cyanide. Wealth beyond measure.
Oh, and happy winning, Cyanide.
I did it! I did it! I did it! I won! I won! I won! Oh my god, girl. Girl, check my pulse. Check the pulse to see if I am still alive. I did not know what the hell was going to happen after the countdown was over. Was my name going to be called? I mean, she was like, she got rid of the other 2. It was just me and Lumina. And I'm like, okay, I might actually still have a horse in this race. And I did it. I won. I kicked everybody's ass. I can't believe it. Oh my god. I'm just so like, it's a surreal moment. You know, I have to thank my drag mom Lapis. You totes prepared me for this, and it paid off big time. So I owe you that celebratory lunch when I get back to San Myshuno. Oh my god, I have got to think about what I'm gonna do. First thing I'm gonna do is just like completely like change everything when I get home.
Congratulations, my love.
Thank you, mama.
And here to pass off the crown to the newest magical queen is our current reigning magical queen. From Cyrodiil, the queen herself, Abacus.
You look good, kid. You'll look even better with the crown. Congratulations.
Oh my god, thank you so much. I did it. I won. I am Sim Nation's next magical queen. I am Sim Nation's first ever punk queen, drag anarchist, blue queen. I did it. I won. I am a drag superstar, and ain't nothing anyone can do or say to change that fact. I went in at the beginning, made it all the way through to the end, and I did it. Bitch, I won. As far as Cyanide's concerned, the sky's the limit. I can do basically anything now. And I think the truth is I probably could have done whatever I wanted anyway. I didn't really need the crown for validation. But honestly, that I got it, it helps. Baby, the road is wide open. I am free. The sky's the limit. I'm out of here. Peace.